This is how the body was found for the 1966 GTO. The previous mechanic was going through it, cutting everything apart, and then hung it with chains off the rafters. He had taken a couple of 2x4s and bolted them through the rafters for support. The floor in this car was pretty bad. It had a lot of rust, and somebody went through a sheet metal and just screwed it down over the top of the rust holes. They went through and sealed everything up and then painted over the top of it so you couldn't really see it. I was told that they were building it for a race car. The outside is painted in just a single stage paint. Any of the rust that's left is going to get cut out and repaired. There's going to be new panels placed in for anything that's rusted out. Now that it's out of the rafters on a trailer, let's take it back to the shop and see what it looks like. The biggest thing with any of these projects is making sure that you organize things. You really need to bag everything, write what it is, where it came from, keep the bolts together. Everything should be placed in containers and labeled on top of that. This will give you the greatest chance of getting everything back together without having to buy everything. This one was taken apart, the bolts were all thrown in coffee cans, and, well, good luck finding the bolts. I did the best I can, but a lot of them were just MIA. A new bolt kit was purchased for this one to assemble it. They make a chassis kit as well as a body kit, so keep that in mind when you're buying them. As of this video, you're looking about $700-800 for both kits. The nice thing is everything is still there. I mean, and most of the major components. This is one of the cars that has the hood tack. He even has an NOS hood tack that's going back on to replace the old one. Typical of any car that sat for a while, you get mice in it. With all the rust holes, they got in there pretty easy. Found a nice spot up in the headliner and made some nests everywhere. There was stuff in the A-pillars, the rockers, the back seats. I mean, this car had it everywhere. I used the same enzyme cleaner that they use for hospitals to clean everything out as far as the mice. This car had some bad window seals, and there's rust around the rear window as well as the front windshield. I didn't realize how bad it was at this point. Both A-pillars ended up needing work. There'll be pictures of that later. And on to the other rat nest. Wiring. It's pretty typical though. I had a power distribution bolt in the last one. You know, where you take all the hot wires and run a bolt through it. Lots of electrical tape. You know, if the shifter doesn't fit, just cut a hole. It'd be a 4-speed one way or another. Some of the creative rust repair work. At least they punch holes for the water to drain. This one has lower rust in the A-pillars. It's in the kick panel, the rocker. That whole corner is rusty. Sometimes it's hard to tell just looking at the exterior how bad the rust really is. There was pinhole rust going all the way down both rockers. I like to just start on one end of the car and work to the other. I started with the trunk area just because the body mounts needed to be modified and those brackets needed to be replaced. It needs the corner and the driver's side trunk as well as the full panel and tank brackets. There really isn't much left of the body mounts on either side. The frame looked the same way, that's why it was replaced. This is what's left of the passenger side rear trunk mount. And this is what the driver's side looks like. It's a typical Midwest car where everything underneath is pretty rusty. Every single one of the braces had rust in it, the inner panel as well as the outer panel on the rockers. This is a look down the driver's side, and this is a look down the passenger side. Looking closer at those braces, you can really see the different layers of rust and how bad it's ate into the car. Luckily, you can order floor pans with or without the braces. In this case, it'd be better to just order it with all those braces welded in place. This is that bottom of that A-pillar. It was like this on both sides. The water drains down from the top and then just heats everything out from the inside. Guess that bolt wasn't coming loose. The repair panels used in this project were all AMD, other than the 3 panels that were previously purchased for the trunk repair. There was also a couple of panels that were purchased for the main floor repair. They didn't go far enough back and they didn't include the braces. I ended up ordering an entire floor for this car.